Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Jessica, if it's your first time stopping by, and I know I'm not making a really good first impression. Sorry that I look like death, but it is 6:25 in the morning. I am up super early today, showered, getting ready to go because I have a very early meeting that I have to attend. I even have some dry shampoo in my hair, so pardon the grayish cast. It's just dry shampoo. So the reason why I am making this video this early is because I have had some products sitting in my drawer for God knows how long, probably at least a month, that I really want to try out, A, because I'm curious, and B, I know a lot of people have videos about this up lately, but I just wanted to give you my first impression. So that is, and you'll see that they're all like still packaged, although the foundation doesn't come in a package. It is the CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous line. I think it's the one that's repped by Katy Perry. I did get a powder, a foundation, and a concealer. I know that the feedback from the videos I watched thus far is that the foundation is great. It's matte but natural. The concealer's a little thin, doesn't necessarily do what you may want impactful wise or impact wise for concealer to do. And the powder, even though it will look quite dark, which I don't know if you can see, but this one, yeah, that definitely looks a little dark. Apparently this comes out light, and I will not put it on with this pad. I put my powder on with a brush. This is a powder foundation. It's oil free. It has shine control. The concealer says oil free, and so does the foundation. So without further ado, I am going to get started. I'm actually going to turn my mirror light on so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, so now you know if my face looks a little bit more illuminated or gray because the lights wash me out a little bit. You know why. I hope everyone had a wonderful Memorial Day. I hope everyone was off from work and that you enjoyed time with your families. Let's see, I'm going to put a clip in my hair. I spent Memorial Day with my lovely husband putting together some new office furniture, and I completely redid my office slash makeup room. So I have like this whole cool new vanity now. I got curtains. I'm basically on the other side of the room from where I was filming before. And I got all white furniture that you will see eventually. I got curtains, so hopefully it'll warm up the tone from the camera just a little bit. And that way I won't look so washed out. If I use a brush and it's not that clean, please don't judge me. I really have to clean my brushes. I actually have to clean brushes Saturday because I have a trial I'm doing on Sunday for somebody. So I have to make sure that everything looks good and ready to go. And when I say I have to clean brushes, I mean I have my own brushes, my own supply. My kit is a totally different supply. So I really have to clean both. Also, please do not mind my voice. I am always quite raspy in the morning. I already have on moisturizer and the L'Oreal Pore Vanisher, which is kind of like a primer. Let's see, what should we put on? It looks a little dark, so maybe we'll just lighten ourselves a little bit more. So this is the Almay Luminous Primer. It's like a pink shade. It has SPF 15. It's supposed to be like a correcting toner. It kind of brings your skin back to life. And I already have the Pore Vanisher on. It really is, it feels like Benefit, and it definitely changes the way your pores look. So that really is my primer. But I just put this on. I don't know why. I always put a second, whether it's this or the L'Oreal Magic. I'm just going to see if this is a good match. Usually anything that matches my hand, believe it or not, will match my skin. This stuff just keeps coming out. And I'm just going to dot it. I do typically put my foundation on first and that is a habit that I want to break. But I think in a situation like this, it's kind of mandatory, because if it doesn't match, I can just take my makeup off and start over, which I have done before. And not because it didn't match, but because I was trying out a sample of the Big Easy from Benefit, and I don't know if it was my primer or whatever I did, but it didn't look right that day at all. It like chapped up into my pores. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start working this in. And if you can see this, I know I said in another video, it is still there. It's not what you think it is. It is a curling iron burn. I am the biggest klutz known to man. So seems to be blending into a better color. Definitely seems to be matching more. And I know that I've heard reviews that it's buildable. I don't know if I'll build it. We'll see. I usually do, just for security purposes. I like the way it's applying so far. So far so good, and I'll be honest, I don't know where this came from, but I keep finding like red glitter on my face this morning, and I've said it in videos before. I'm working on it, but I have an aversion to glitter, so I don't really own any. I do have some in my makeup kit, but it's not red. What's in my makeup kit is like, I think silver, like iridescent whitish silver and some black. And even though I'm filming this first impression for the Ready Set Gorgeous, I will not be filming my makeup today because, like I said, it is the butt crack of dawn, and I have an early meeting to attend, and I tend to wear a lot less makeup when I attend meetings because sometimes you see a lot of people you don't normally see, and they don't know anything about me, so they don't know that I'm licensed or that I wear different makeup every day, or that I like to play around with different colors and techniques. So I don't want anybody to think, oh, she's wearing too much makeup. So I downplay it. So I'm working, this is like a slanted kabuki. It's not really flat top, it's kind of rounded. It's from RC Cosmetics, which they've been really good competition, like for Sigma as far as I'm concerned, based on the brushes that I've tried. I do have a flat top kabuki. I really like the brushes that I got from them. I only got face brushes. I really want to try more, but they are kind of limited. Like they have specific sets and that's it. Okay, I think that we're good on foundation. So now I'm going to take the trusty concealer. Oh, and I forgot to say, foundation I'm 205. Which I think was like the third lightest shade. And so they kind of match it where whatever you are in foundation, you can cover that, and one more level I think in concealer. I know I'm light medium in concealer. Where's the package? Yeah, so it's 205 or 210, and the powder's 205 or 210. So it covers me and one shade darker. I'm just going to use the doe foot applicator and go across. I like to come under here, go down my nose. This is a very light shade. I'm going to have to pull out another concealer to kind of, I have a little bit of a blemish left from last week that I have to cover. I do usually like to highlight and conceal at the same time in this area, so we shall see. And I will not set this concealer with the powder. I use the Ben Nye or the MAC Emphasize, depends on my mood. Oh, I'm an itch. So I like to work it in with my fingers first, whatever I'm doing in the way of concealer, and then that way kind of warm the product up, melt it into my skin. And then I'm going to go back in with the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush. It's really big and round, like for a concealer brush. I absolutely love it. It helps make your concealer look airbrushed. Please don't judge. It is a little dirty. I use it every single day. So once I've kind of warmed it up with my fingers, I'm not really applying a lot of pressure. It's a very light movement. I just go back in, kind of go over the concealer and work it out. This way I don't get like any streaks, or I don't get it settled into lines. It makes the edges look much more natural. I try and do circular motions as much as possible. I really don't want to go back and forth under my eye. Okay, so that's good there. I use this everywhere. It just really blends out the edges of my concealer. And then anywhere where I think it might be too light or it might have gone too far, I just take my foundation brush. I don't add any more product, and I go back over everything I did. And then I will take the powder. Like I said, it's in 205, 210, and I will take my powder brush that also has a lot of powder on it and kind of press it into the skin. So let's see. It's hard to tell because I'm half asleep, but I kind of feel like the powder, or not the powder, the foundation has like a bit of a reddish cast. Like it's almost making me look pink. And I do have like redness on my cheeks or pinkness on my cheeks usually. But I do still tend to pull warmer undertone. Like if I have a warm or cool foundation, I'll always go for the warm foundation. It just makes my skin look more alive. Okay. I think we do have a pretty good match. I mean, I think the tones are okay. Like I said, with these lights, if I turn this one off, you're going to see pretty much exact tone. There we go. That's more accurate. I think that's the most accurate you're going to get. And I think it's a pretty good match. I may watch this video back and see a line of demarcation and be like, what the hell was I thinking? But right now, just looking at the little screen at 6:40 in the morning, I think it's a pretty good match. So I'm going to go finish the rest of my face. Don't expect anything too astounding. And then I will be back just to give my opinion. And then I'm actually going to come back later today when I come home from work and let you guys know how it held up. So I'll be back. Hold that thought. Okay, so all in all, thus far, I think that the Ready Set Gorgeous line seemed successful. The foundation was definitely, let me turn my mirror off, the foundation was definitely easy to apply. It blended out really nicely, didn't crease. It still seems to be a good match, even with quite a bit of bronzer, just to warm my skin up. And the concealer, yes, it's a little bit light, it's a little bit sheer, but also went on really well, blended really well. I don't really have a dark circle problem unless I do and I'm just not seeing it. If so, comment below and tell me. But my problem is more the creasing, just because I have high cheekbones, so even if I was younger, which I was at one point, this would still always crease if I smiled or lift my cheekbones because they're kind of, my lower eyelids are kind of tucked in there. And then the powder, I didn't try it with the pad, the little foam sponge that comes in there. I know that the feedback was that if you do that, it definitely comes out way too dark. I can see just by looking at it that the powder is too dark for me. And the foundation did seem a little warm in the sense that it was somewhat pinkish or orangey, whereas I don't normally lean toward those tones. I can pull off warm when it's not overly orange, overly pink, has a bit of yellow to it. So, so far so good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to work now. I actually have to leave really badly. I'm going to go to work. We're going to see how it lasts all day. I typically don't touch up my face throughout the day, and if I do, it's because maybe I have a breakout that the concealer wore down a little bit and I just want to put a little bit of powder on it. So I may look totally different when I come home if my lipstick wears off. I don't have this color with me in my purse. I'm leaving it here. So trust me, it will be the same day. You can tell by my outfit. I'm wearing a bit of a suit jacket, mandarin collar suit jacket, and I have this gorgeous necklace from H&M, but it's from like a year ago, so I don't think they still carry it. It's heavy as anything. So you will see that later today. My eyes will look the same. Like I said, my makeup is pretty boring, so I don't think I'm going to be doing a tutorial on it anytime soon. I completely skipped eyeliner today. I just wanted to look as natural as could be, and that's why I kind of emphasized the lips. So keep your fingers crossed that this makeup lasts well today, that I don't have any embarrassing schmear moments as I call them at work, and I will check in with you guys later to see how it held up for the next 8 or so hours. See you soon. Okay, I'm back. I survived work. It's officially after 4 o'clock. I have about 10 minutes, so I wanted to do this really, really quickly. It's about 4:20. I have to leave here in 10 minutes. I have wonderful physical therapy. So in the meantime, I took a look at my face. I don't know. I'm a little on the fence. Like I said this morning, the foundation, which I have in shade 205, Natural Beige, I thought that this went on really, really smoothly, and I'm going to be checking my face in the mirror over here, so don't mind me. But it went on really, really smoothly. It definitely allowed my other cosmetics to go on much better and easier and smoother over it. I think that, I don't know if you'll be able to see, but I think that my bronzer and blush stayed on pretty well. I didn't contour today at all. I just kind of warmed my face up. Like I had said, I had a meeting, so I was looking to not overdo it. But I warmed my face up with the MAC Aphrodite Shell from the new Alluring Aquatics collection, and put a little bit of, I don't remember, but it was a Milani blush. No, it was NYX. It was NYX, a NYX baked blush, the ones that are in like the little black and clear. It's in there somewhere. The ones that are in the little black and clear container, they had like a peachy shade, so I put that on. That you can't see as well. My highlight, you could see a little bit back here still. But otherwise, I think that for the amount of time that I was gone, which was over 8 hours, it definitely held up well. So this is my feedback then in turn. I was happy with this. I know it's oil free, so it can probably look a little bit matte. I do like a dewier appearance, but 2 factors that I screwed up on today. I did not spray my face with Fix Plus after I put foundation or anything on, simply because I was testing this out. I didn't spray my face with any kind of makeup setting spray like I typically do at the end. I also, not that it is relevant, because I didn't put this stuff in that area, but I forgot to put an eye primer on today, so that'll just show you how well I operate that early in the morning when I have an early meeting. So longevity of my makeup, then face-wise, I'm definitely surprised because I didn't do anything to aid the situation. I completely forgot to use all of my setting stuff and, you know, sprays that will help elongate the time that I have makeup on my face. However, even though this is oil-free and in turn can definitely give you a matte appearance to the skin, and it takes time to settle. When I went to put the concealer and powder on, my skin didn't really feel tacky. It kind of felt like it had dried already. So I am confident at this point in time that the foundation is actually a really good product. It sprays easy, it's not too thick, it has great coverage, it's buildable, and it doesn't add to any shininess you may have on your face, but I didn't find it to be overwhelmingly matte at the same time. That's kind of where my, not positive feelings or feedback, but kind of where my enthusiasm, we'll say, ends. I'm definitely enthusiastic about this product. I do plan on trying this mixed in with my Gerard BB Illumination Cream, Facial Cream, the highlighter from Whitening Lightning. I do want to try it with my illuminating primer. I do want to try it with a lighter powder or an HD powder, something that'll just give a softer appearance without really giving tons of coverage, because I normally don't like my powder to add tons of coverage. It can make you definitely not just look dry, but look a little bit dusty. And I just realized I'm wearing no lipstick. We must do something about that, because I don't want to be caught dead Oh, here it is. Without lipstick. Bear with me one moment. Sorry. That's better. I know people hate that sound. I'm sorry. I used the concealer under my eyes. Like I said this morning, I have rather high cheekbones, so I'm always going to have some fine lines under there and, you know, a deep crease when I raise my cheekbones. I've been that way since I was younger. I just find that there's a difference with these two between looking matte, looking dry, and the third option is looking powdery, which is kind of like where you look dry and almost like there's a dusting to your skin. That's how I feel. I feel like if I had used different product afterwards, I would not be shiny or oily, but not necessarily matte, and I definitely wouldn't have this like dusted layer over my skin where it's just powdery. It's really, really powdery. So I find this to be a very dry formula, the Ready Set Gorgeous Concealer, which I have in 205, 210, light medium. I find it to be very drying. My under eyes today, close up, definitely look really dry, and at the end I will definitely do a close up and let you see a little bit more of my face. And then the same thing with the powder. I found the powder, if I was just maybe doing a BB cream and like the Maybelline Age Rewind Under Eye Brightener, I could see possibly putting a little bit of the powder over it, because this is a powder foundation, so it's going to be a little bit heavier, not necessarily cakey, but definitely a little bit more powdery. So I could see in that situation, but I was wearing, you know, not a full coverage foundation, but a decent coverage foundation, and I think that the three things were A, just drying, and B, just a bit too much. So this was the powder, as I showed before. It's definitely a little bit dark. I mean, it's kind of right around there, but a little bit dark in the compact. That's why I did not use the sponge. However, I did use it with my brush. I still feel that the color was a perfect match today. Comment below if I'm absolutely wrong and insane, but I think that it looked great. I 100% recommend the foundation. I will in certain situations use the concealer, and I will in certain situations use the powder, but if you have drier skin, I don't recommend the three together. So please take that into consideration when making your purchase, and I'm excited to try this with a beauty blender or the Real Techniques complexion sponge as well. So I will definitely report back, and you never know, it can make it into one of my Fab 5 weekly favorites. Come on down. Okay, so this is my face. I don't know how well you'll be able to see. My only little problems that have to do with the dryness is a lack of luster under my eyes, and I do have bags at the end of the day under my eyes, as most people will. I have a crack right here, typically a wrinkle. It does settle into there. Same thing over here. A little bit of the foundation wore off over there. And then the same thing settling in here. I am a face toucher though. I tend to do this a lot at work. Not the best thing at all, and I have to try and be very cognizant of not doing that moving forward. However, I do it, and I think that this is pretty decent. I usually do come home a little bit blotchy, but I don't think it's that bad. But I'm looking forward to trying the foundation further. So that is all that I have for you guys today. If you have any more questions about anything else I didn't cover with the foundation, concealer, or powder from the CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous line, please feel free to comment below, email me, message me on Instagram, Twitter. Go ahead, tweet me, and ask any questions, and if I don't have an answer, I'll try it out a certain way and get back to you, so that way you know if this is something that you would invest in or not. Price point, I forgot to say, is I bought everything on sale for $6.99 and the foundation for $7.99. The concealer and powder were $6.99. Typically they're all $1 more. So $7.99 to $8.99. Price point is definitely great, definitely a selling point. But that's it from here. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and subscribe. I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. Thanks for stopping by again, and have a wonderful day. Bye!